Twitter's new CEO, Parag Agrawal, is sparking outrage over his past comments on free speech. Here's that.
Our role is not to be bound by the First Amendment, but our role is to serve a healthy public conversation. The kinds of things that we do to work about this is to focus less on thinking about free speech, but thinking about how the times have changed.
And Jack Dorsey's replacement also struck a nerve with an old tweet that critics blasted as racist, posting, quote, "If they are not going to make a distinction between Muslims and extremists, then why should I distinguish between white people and racists?" End quote. Joining us to discuss is the author of this new book, Stops Along the Way, A Catholic Soul, A Conservative Heart, An Irish Temper, and a Life of Love, end quote, and president of the Media Research Center, Brent Bozell. Good to see you, Brent. Thanks so much.
Sure.
Hey, so, Brent, after the news broke, it appeared you sounded optimistic about Dorsey stepping down. You tweeted this out, quote, "Good riddance. We don't have Jack Dorsey here pretending that Twitter doesn't censor conservatives anymore. Hopefully this platform will get back to its roots and promote free speech, or at least stop interfering in presidential elections," end quote. Now that we know he's replacing Dorsey, what do you make of Agrawal's past remarks that we just played and showed you?
I almost regret having sent that tweet. I mean, they replaced one with the other. Look, both parts of your statement were very important. The first one, the First Amendment, people have to understand this. Twitter, these big tech companies do not see themselves as American companies. They see themselves as part of the international or the world community. The world community does not abide by the U.S. Constitution. They don't feel any allegiance to it either. This is hugely important, Sean. This is why, when it comes to issues of free speech, they don't care. They're all in favor of censorship. When it comes to things like attacks on the Second Amendment, they don't care. They don't support the Second Amendment. They don't support the Constitution. Second part of the equation, the insulting comment, a tweet that he put out, equating white people with racists. There you go. This is Twitter. This is how their worldview. They are insulting. They are arrogant. They believe they can't be held to account. And you know what, Sean? In a certain way, they're right, because we have seen their CEOs come before Congress, take an oath, and then commit perjury, say that they have no bias, that they have no agenda. When through the Media Research Center with our Free Speech America operation, we have cataloged over, get this, 3,000 examples of censorship against conservatives that we've not just cataloged, but we've confirmed. Over 3,000. And then people like Jack Dorsey, and now I'm sure this guy, are going to go before Congress and say, what, us? No, we have no agenda.
Yeah, well, I have an update for you on the story. And just to be very factual and fair, in the defense of the new CEO, Agrawal said he was quoting comic Asif Mandvi from The Daily Show, who was mocking racism. That was his explanation for it. I apologize if I butchered the name.
I got to tell you something, Sean. If this was something where Donald Trump said that and said he was quoting something, do you think they'd let it escape?
We'll let the public decide. Twitter also updating a video and photo sharing policy. Listen to this. This might get you going. Stating in part, when we receive a report that a tweet contains unauthorized private media, we will now take action in line with our range of enforcement options. So now this is what is happening. The platform is banning sharing of images or videos of private individuals without their consent. This just happened right when the new guy stepped in here. So what does this mean for the future of the platform?
Well, Sean, I've got mixed emotions on this one. On the one hand, yeah, we have to define what's a private individual, because at the end of the day, anyone who's going to be on Twitter is going to say he's a private individual. But putting that one aside, you know, if this means that it's going to put a chill on things like investigative reporting or undercover reporting, then that, you know, that does make you worry about free speech. On the other hand, Sean, what we have seen is a society that seemingly is coming apart at the seams, where people are using social media to destroy, not just to destroy other people, but destroy their families. This whole doxing business is out of control. It's horrific. Look at Tucker Carlson on Fox. Look what they did, using Twitter to send people to his home when his wife and his children were there. That kind of stuff has to stop. So again, I've got mixed emotions on this.
Brent, we'll leave it right there. I'm out of time with you, but this has been a great conversation. Brent Bozell, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate that.
Thanks, John.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.